Welcome to Furniture Industry News, bringing you the latest updates from the furniture world. Today is February 14th, 2025, and we've got a packed episode covering everything from strong industry momentum to tariff updates and major corporate moves. Let's get into it. Furniture is kicking off 2025 with a solid start, according to the latest Doc report. January sales showed impressive gains, with retailers reporting higher than expected foot traffic and consumer spending. Much of this momentum is driven by strong holiday carryover and pent-up demand from cautious spending in late 2024. Some retailers are also benefiting from supply chain normalization, meaning fewer delays and more consistent inventory levels. But it's not all smooth sailing. While sales are up, margins are still being squeezed by inflation and shifting consumer preferences. Many shoppers are looking for flexible financing options, and those who spent big during the pandemic may be holding off on major purchases. But overall, the industry is off to a promising start. Now, let's talk tariffs. Former President Trump has announced a new executive order greenlighting reciprocal tariffs. This could have a significant impact on imported furniture and raw materials, particularly from China and Vietnam. While the details are still unfolding, the industry could see higher costs on key components like wood, metal, and upholstery fabrics. Many manufacturers and retailers are already discussing how to adjust pricing strategies to absorb potential cost increases without pushing customers away. It's a developing story we'll continue to watch. In the bedding sector, Tempur and Mattress firm are making headlines as they push back against the FTC's efforts to block their merger. Both companies have asked the agency to drop its administrative court case, arguing that the deal won't stifle competition. The FTC, however, has raised concerns about reduced options for consumers and higher prices. If the merger does go through, it would create a major powerhouse in the mattress space, but there's still a long road ahead before anything is finalized. Over in the corporate world, Franchise Group is dealing with legal shakeups after a judge ruled to remove their legal team from an ongoing case. The specifics of the case are still under wraps, but this adds another layer of uncertainty for the group, which owns brands like American Freight and Badcock Home Furniture. Legal troubles can be a major distraction for any retailer, so this could have ripple effects depending on how the situation plays out. Speaking of corporate finances, Leggett Platt swung back to a profit in Q4, reporting $14.2 million in earnings. However, the year as a whole was underwhelming, with weaker demand weighing on overall performance. The bedding and furniture components giant has faced challenges from shifting market trends, including lower demand for adjustable beds and home office products. While the Q4 rebound is encouraging, the company is signaling that 2025 could still be a tough year, especially if discretionary spending softens. In retail, Gallerie is making a comeback. The brand, which filed for bankruptcy multiple times in recent years, is returning to physical retail. Under new ownership, they're rolling out a fresh strategy that includes reopening key locations and focusing on curated, design-driven products. While some in the industry question whether Gallerie can regain its former prestige, their loyal customer base and strong brand identity could give them an edge in a market that's becoming more competitive by the day. Meanwhile, Big Lots is looking to offload its corporate headquarters as part of a larger cost-cutting initiative. The company has lined up a buyer, though details haven't been disclosed yet. Selling off real estate assets is a common move for retailers aiming to streamline operations, and this could free up capital for store renovations, or digital expansion. It's yet another sign of how retailers are adapting to an increasingly challenging economic environment. Lastly, let's talk textiles. Richloom Weaving has announced it's closing its doors, citing the ripple effect of recent retail bankruptcies. The company, which has been a key supplier of upholstery fabrics, has struggled with declining orders from big box retailers and furniture manufacturers. As more retailers tighten their purchasing strategies, smaller suppliers like Richloom are feeling the pressure. This closure is a reminder that even as some parts of the industry thrive, others continue to face tough headwinds. That's it for today's episode of Furniture Industry News. Thanks for tuning in, and if you want to stay updated on the latest happenings in the industry, make sure to subscribe. See you next time.